All right, go ahead, man. Introduce yourself, brother.
My name is Jamar Mills, aka Principal Mills, aka Dr. Mills, aka G, aka Biggie, for those that know me from my childhood days. But I'm a father, I'm an educator, I am a supporter of Black Lives Matter. I am a charter school co-founder and chief academic officer. I'm an owner. I mean, I'm all the things that you know I wanted to be as a child, growing up in the inner city, in the projects, trying to figure this thing out. And now I am want to inspire other people to achieve the same or greater. Greater is always better, especially when you're the teacher.
Got you. So let me start by giving you your flowers while you can smell them, man. Yo, I appreciate what you're doing. I love everything you're doing. I love you. I reach out to you, not as much as I should, but I reach out to you pretty often and let you know I love what you're doing because I know sometimes, like, although you may not feel like you need it, you probably need it though, just to keep going. Like, yo,
Yep.
that was dope for you to reach out. Matter of fact, let me get my mic, yo. Man, I'm wilding right now. But yeah, man, I'm just giving you your flowers while you can smell them, man. Because you're a living legend, whether you know it or not.
Oh, I appreciate
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah, no, I was saying like, that's very true. Sometimes you don't feel like you need to hear, how you're impacting people or what's going on or how you did this may have caused that. But it's extremely important because in all work, be it professional life or what have you, you don't necessarily always feel at 100%. So
Yeah.
like it's hard, it's heavy. Like leadership, people don't understand. It seems easy, but you managing a lot of stuff, you juggling a lot of balls, you just making sure that other people are able to do what they need to do by
Mhm.
sometimes, wearing their weight on your shoulders. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Like I said, you're a living legend. Whether you know, I should have tried to get the Will Smith clearance. I think it's Jada Smith's song, "Icon Living." You're icon living. Like, and you're younger than me, so you're not that much younger than me. But like, you're one of the few people that I know in real life that I look at you and I'll be like, damn, I'm not doing enough. Like, and not on some flossing shit. You know what I'm saying? You curse
Word,
on the
word.
podcast. I know you gotta. I might have to bleep that out too, but I know you
Now you
got.
good, man.
Yeah, I know you got political connects and all that that you can't that you can't upset your political connects, and I should be better without upsetting my political connects.
Nah, I mean, it's less about the adults and more about the children, right? Like,
Children, yeah,
if
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
inside of the school and I hear them saying something and they see me up here, they'll be
yeah,
like, "Hold on, man,
yeah, 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 yeah.
what
True,
you
true,
telling me?" So,
true.
I'm not to say that I don't use the foul language, but I
Yeah.
also, want
So
to
I
be
try to be
able
careful with language because I do believe it's vibrations, and sometimes I feel like you gotta throw a
yeah,
curse
yeah,
word out there every now and then for effect. You know what I'm
get
saying?
some, yeah.
Yeah,
Tony
yeah,
Robbins, he be hitting
yeah.
you.
Yeah, he definitely be hitting you with them, right? You know what I'm
David,
saying?
David Goggins.
David Goggins, yo, you listen to David Goggins? That's
Oh,
my
that's my
man, yo.
guy, yo. He wild.
Yo, he wow. Yeah, so tell the people where you from that don't know.
I mean, for anybody out there listening, like I'm from the third largest city in New Jersey, which is probably small in comparison to some of these other cities in the country. But it's Paterson, New Jersey. Born and raised. Got out, left Paterson to head to college essentially, and found myself in Newark. And my professional career began there until I transitioned into some national work, and then now came back to the city of Paterson to actually do even bigger work, have greater impact on the communities in New Jersey and beyond. I mean, this is the start of what I believe to be something that should be my legacy, 10, 20, 30 years from now. So, but all in all, just like Paterson, New Jersey, just a regular kid growing up
Nah,
in the
you wasn't.
projects.
You go, but go ahead. We're gonna get into the projects. Go ahead, go ahead. We're going. I mean,
Yeah,
it's late
like
fire. Yeah.
like you're wearing clothes multiple times a day, thinking like normalizing like drug abuse, normalizing gun violence, and all the things that most people would like cringe to hear that it was even happening. Like the police station was in between the buildings of the project
Buildings.
because
This
it
is
was that
absolute
bad.
fact. Yes.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
was rough. So
So
nothing
you
to
were
brag
born and
about.
raised
I
in the
definitely
projects.
survived it.
Born
Yeah,
and raised in
yeah.
projects. So I'm gonna ask you this question. We did it offline, but I'm gonna ask you on the mic and
Yep.
on the record, right? So I don't really claim the projects, right? But I lived in the towers until I was 8 years old, and I guess they officially might be co-ops or something, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. And so this is gonna be real regional. So the listeners gotta rock with us. But it's a funny story, at least to me. And I'm just gonna ask you if it continued on, right? So we
Yep.
talking about, the '80s, right? So yeah, so it was only a cement wall that was really set, a parking lot and a cement wall that was separating the two projects, the Christopher Columbus project, the CCP, and the towers. The official name is what's the official name of the towers?
That's all I ever knew it to be. I
Name
mean, it's Presidential Boulevard, so
Presidential Boulevard. It's
it's
Presidential Boulevard something. That's funny that you said you live in like you said that's what
it's whole life, man. Seriously. It's
they
like,
got an
that's the
official
towers
name.
over there, and we over here. Like you go over there, you might get arrested. The cops over there, like they was
Yo, that's mad
policing
funny.
over there.
That you said that's all you've known. And that is wow. It's an official name. I think it's called Presidential Boulevard or something. I
Okay.
think it is. But anyway, so I'm going to school with y'all cats, right? So my mother was dating a guy that lived in the CCP. So I was building 2 apartment 3A towers, right? Her boyfriend at the time, he was building 3, I believe, the CCP. So this is
Yep,
across
yep.
the cement wall, people. Building 3, I think he was like on the 15th floor or something like that, right? So, hey yo, we get busted Del Ave, right? So that's a
Right.
school across town. We get busted in school. So they cool in school, right? So I'm like, yo, they all right. But we don't really interact outside of school much. Yeah, I went over there, yo, these dudes was trying to bully me. Yo, I was like 6, 7 years old. Yo, the energy was mad different. I'm like, yo, why is they so aggressive over here, man? So did that aggression continue and that tension still continue years later?
The simple answer is yes, right?
Mhm,
Like so, it's like the glass half full,
mhm,
right, or the glass half empty.
mhm,
And so, whereas I felt like the towers guys or community felt like it was the glass half full, we was looking at it as a glass half empty
mhm,
because the wall didn't always exist,
mhm,
right? And so they constructed the wall in whatever year. I don't know if it was the 60s or 70s or what have you, or
mhm,
maybe even the 80s. But for the listeners out there, this wall was about 9 feet tall,
mhm,
right? And so in order to get around it, you had to really take a trip. And then after the wall, you run into some gates that'll prevent you. So for
mhm.
us, it felt like, oh, they trying to keep us out and
Got you.
think they better than us,
Uh-huh.
right? And so the things that we were experiencing in a way that we were being essentially policed within our communities, we felt it to be different, right? Like, officer upholding the law in the towers was like, pretty much at the gate saying you can or you can't come in here if you live
Mhm,
here,
mhm.
which was right, like to essentially in their mind protect the community members that were there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, on the other side of the wall,
Mhm,
literally officer pull up, get out the car. We outside, I mean, kids, it's cookout, it's
mhm,
sprinklers, just throw the smoke bomb and
mm,
clear everybody out.
mhm,
Like those are the kind of experiences we were having. So to be quite honest, like when people came over, we just felt like they can't be tough because they live in a
mm.
tower. So we need to like apply pressure so they
Gotcha.
know who we are, what we do, and what we about.
Uh,
So yeah, I would say that it definitely got worse. And I became more integrated because right, people from the projects, CCP projects, migrate over to the towers and then they associate with each other. And
mhm,
so as time goes on, all things that integrate that are bad most likely get worse. So the
got you.
CCP was knocked down. The towers have no more armed guards at the gate.
Mhm,
And in 2020, I would say that is very reminiscent of what the CCP used to be. Yeah,
when I was
yeah.
there. So they built the gates up. No, I think they built the gates up while I was there. Then shortly after they got but before, I guess there always was a